Good morning. Welcome. I do apologise for posting the wrong thought for the day up yesterday. I'll put two up today. That'll give you a feast. So I'm going to have a very short thought for the day today. We're looking at the end of Luke chapter 10 at the little story of Martha and Mary. Much has been made of this over the years. Here we are, these two ladies who were the sisters, and they probably were spinster sisters. There's no indication that they were married or had children. And they lived in Bethany with their brother Lazarus. And Lazarus, of course, features in John's Gospel. Lazarus is the one who becomes very ill, and Jesus stays away for 4 days. And by the time he comes back, Lazarus is in his tomb. The sisters are very distressed, and they don't understand the timing of the Lord and why he stayed away. But his motive, as he explains to them, was that the glory of God might be seen. And that thought is a good thought. You know, sometimes the things we long for, the things we want God to do for us, the things we plan for in our lives take a long time to come about. And we think that God has said no, or God has put our requests to one side for our own good, perhaps. You know, but the timing of the Lord is always perfect. So I take comfort that perhaps you weren't meant to think about yesterday's thought yesterday, you were meant to think about it today. It's quite a good record when you think about it. I've done something like 140 of these, and I've only made a couple of mistakes in all those ones in the posting of it. So Martha and Mary, here they are. Jesus has come into their home and is teaching, and presumably because she is cooking and preparing things, that they plan to offer him hospitality and the disciples and feed them. And so there's Jesus teaching, and Martha is frantically trying to sort out a buffet for Jesus to have. And he's such an important person, she wants to get it right. And the more she gets worried about it, the more frantic she becomes. And her sister Mary is oblivious to the whole crisis, and is just sitting at the Lord's feet and listening to his teaching. It's such a normal, natural, human situation that it really touches our hearts. It really speaks to us. You know, that it is very possible to get so caught up and anxious with something that we are doing, and we're doing it for the Lord. I mean, Martha wasn't doing it for tomorrow's guests. She was doing it for Jesus and for the disciples who'd come with him. She was trying to do her best for him, and she'd got so caught up with it that she couldn't. And I think there is in her what she says, a resentment. You know, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair that she's sitting and listening to you. I can't even listen to anything you're saying because I've got so much to do. What am I supposed to do, Lord? Tell her to come and help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you're anxious and troubled about many things. One thing is needful. One thing is needful. What was that one thing that was needful? It was the right priorities, the right order. And the right order of things is the kingdom of heaven first, and the ordinary everyday things of life second. And so we can put this in another context. We can think, as we were thinking yesterday, about the neighbour. You know, who is my neighbour? So we are caught up doing something, we're very involved in doing something, and our neighbour comes, or we hear that someone needs help. We get a cry from the phone goes, somebody needs help. Do we drop what we're doing and help, or do we say, no, I'll come later. I can't come now. I'm not saying which is right, but I'm saying here, Jesus is saying that the things of the kingdom are more important than food and drink. They're more important than whether we eat early or late, and whether we have an elaborate meal that is perfect, or whether it's just bread and cheese, or whatever, bread and meat, whatever it might have been that she was offering him. Mary has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her. We need to make sure that our lives are in the right order, that we seek first the kingdom of God, that we listen to Jesus, we spend time listening to him. You know, we've had a wonderful opportunity while we've been involved in this lockdown to actually improve our listening skills, to be able to hear God better than we have before. And let's make the most of this opportunity and keep close to God, keep listening, keep getting our listening tuned in to him, so that we discern his voice more quickly and more readily at every turn. Jesus, it was her heart. Martha's heart was wrong. She'd got all caught up and anxious and troubled about many things. Now I suspect Jesus was talking about other things, not just the cooking. She had a lot of anxiety and that she had a lot of things troubling her. And she would have done better to have listened to Jesus to get sorted out, and then perhaps preparing the food would have been less stressful for her. Well, there's my thought for the day, and I'll put both up for today. And I wish you well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.